music. And today I want to give you some dancers up. People, let's get into some dancers. People, let's get into some dancers.
They can have a good picture.
People, let's get into some dancers.
We have different levels of programming. But you've never done anything. So before you see the place upon time, I was saying that if this is your first class, it is a raw class. It's good for you to this class I'm going to begin. In this class I'm going to begin by introducing and also how you can approach. So it is possible you can teach yourself anything how to do it. Very but there are a few things that you need at first before you do what? Before you start learning how to make First of all, among the things that you need is a computer. So if you don't have your own computer, this might be borrowing a computer or you want to learn this tell you the truth.
Somebody knows the king herself. Yeah. When they step on the place, they all fear. Because they know me not scared of nobody. Now when the people who love reggae like myself. When the people who love reggae like myself. One city give us some reggae over there. Come on.
What are the prerequisites? What are the things that you need? Start learning. Before you start learning programming, you start teaching yourself. So once you have your own computer, sorry. I'm sorry about that. All right, so we'll start afresh. Okay, welcome to our video of learning how to create web application. Of learning programming or teaching yourself programming. So before we get started, I'm going to begin by taking through the things that you need for you to do what? To get started with programming. So the prerequisites, and then also different levels that we have in programming. So you can have the whole picture by yourself, because if you don't have the whole picture, you may go in a wrong class and do what? And start hesitating with things, and you end up giving up without having a very good reason for it, for giving up. So in this class, I'm going to begin by giving you a brief introduction of things that you need to know before you do what? Before you start learning programming, or before you start teaching programming. So the first question will be like, is it true you can teach yourself programming? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, you can really teach yourself programming. Then the second question is like, is it worth it, like, to invest in programming? The question is, I mean, the simple answer is yes, it is worth it in the current situation. And I will look at the benefits that you will need in order to, I mean, that you can get once you learn what? Once you teach yourself programming. Then after, we will look at challenges that you may find when you're doing what? When you're teaching yourself programming. So once we cover those, then we'll go to our we'll go straight to our today's lecture. So I'm going to be a little bit faster so we can save time. We have only 44 minutes remaining to get the hell out of here. So the first thing is, what are the prerequisites that you need to teach yourself programming? The things that you need first to have at hand before when you're teaching yourself programming. So the first thing is that you need is the computer, your own computer. You need to have your own computer. Otherwise, if you don't have your own computer, it's going to be hard for you to really learn these things because you know, you have a lot of things to do at your own. Maybe if you're a student, if you're maybe you're a working person, or even you're a person like at home, still you'll have other things to do during the daytime, like this time or another time. So it becomes important to have your own computer in a way that you can teach yourself anything at any time. Whether it is at night or any time, you'll have to practice on your own computer. So some person can say, I can learn using my phone only. The truth is, you cannot learn using your phone only, even though your phone is like as big as how or as powerful as how, in any way. You cannot learn with your phone only. So you need a computer, your own computer. So you can find a way to buy your own computer because the thing is, anyone can own a computer. You may say, for me, I have a bad background, I'm poor, what and what. But the fact is, you can buy a computer. So because you say that you are not able to get your own computer, that doesn't mean that you cannot get it. So when you say that you are not able, it means that you cannot think of how to get it. But the question would be, like, how can I get a computer? So always ask yourself, like, how you can solve a problem that you have. So ask yourself how you can get a computer and say that, than concluding that I cannot get a computer. You can start saving today, either in 3 months or 4 months or even 6 months or even a whole year until you get a what? You get a computer and you get your potential of teaching yourself these kind of things. So that's step number 1. If you don't have a computer, plan and work on getting your own computer. So step number 2 is you need good internet connection. Good internet connection. Okay, let's say just internet connection. It may not be good, but you need internet connection. So the thing that you'll be teaching, you'll be teaching them online. And if you want your own teacher to be coming at your place and teach you physically, still you need some resources from internet. So you cannot manage still. You need resources from internet. So the whole point is, wherever you are, you need at least some good internet connection or some internet connection in order to be getting the videos that we upload on our channel, or to do what, or to be getting resources that will be asking you to collect from the internet. So that's the second thing that you need. So you will have to find a way and figure how you can be getting internet. If you can get internet for TikTok, so I can get internet for learning such important things. So that's the second thing that you need. So the third thing that you need the motivation. I'm writing all the important things. Real motivation, because if you don't have the motivation, then it means that you don't have the purpose why you're wasting your time to learn these things. So you really need motivation. So many people start these things, they start learning these things, but they stop in the middle of the way. It's not because they are not motivated at first. There's a difference between excitement and motivation. Some people get excited. You just get excited. Yeah, I'm going to do this, and then you start. Then when you reach in the middle and you see things are not really simple, or things are boring, they're not like how you expected in the middle of something, then you do what? You give up. So many people do that. Like right now, we are how many here? We are 11. We are 12 right now. who are interested. But I promise you, in the 10th class, we will be less than this number. I can bet with someone. So someone can say, no, for me, I'll not give up and what. But me, I know I've tried this. So, and the whole point is, you should look at this at your own personal basis. Don't wait for someone to first motivate you. Don't wait like if other students have turned down, they have not stand up in the class. Why am I keep going? These things are really boring for me, or they are hard. I'm not understanding them. If you look at those things, then it means that within a very short period, you'll give up, because you'll have no reason to keep proceeding. But if you look, the way how you should look at it is, you should look at it that you need to learn these things so you can have this knowledge. And once you have this knowledge, you can be able to do your own ideas, either to do your own ideas or you do for other people. And when you do your own ideas, it means that when those projects will start getting profits, you still will enjoy the profits. Or if you do for another person, then that person will do what? Will pay you. And also to have this kind of knowledge where you can create, I say specifically to create something from zero. Right now, you can just give me a computer and just lock me in a room. So after 2 days, I can come up with something that it was not existing on the world, and it can be helpful to the world. And that's what they call like creating something that really adds value to someone. So having that in your brain or in yourself, like I can create something that was not existing and start solving a problem. It should be the motivation for you to do what? To keep learning, or to keep watching the videos, or to keep practicing and not give up. So don't look at other kind of motivation. Just look at your own at your own benefits. And the good thing is, once you learn these things, no one can do can take them from you, because they'll be in your brains. It is better than having a capital of a shop. For example, having a capital of a shop, tomorrow they can come and steal the shop, or tomorrow, like, you know how the shops end. So the capital of the shop can end at any time, but this capital is going to be in your brain forever. Right now, even if I'm taken to anywhere, even if they steal my old things, as long as I still have my body parts, I still have my brain, I can be able to do anything again. Why? Because I already have this knowledge in my brain. So no one can can take it away from me. So you should also give yourself this kind of a gift. It is a gift that you can give to yourself. Learn. Once you learn these things, let's say like after 3 years, after 1 year, or after 2 years, you will be able to do what? You'll be able to do something that you'll be proud of. So that should be the motivation, but you don't look at, okay, we are many, and let's just join the class to follow others. If that's your motivation, then you better even get out of the class right now, because it's not going to be so simple as how you expect. So those are the 3 things that you really need. So once you have those 3 things, you have your own computer, you have your internet connection, you have the motivation, then others are optional. Once you have the motivation, then others are really optional. They can just follow along. Yeah. So those are the prerequisites that you really need. They're the ones that I always recommend. Others are optional. They are good, but they are optional. So that is number 2. So that is that's that. So the second thing, what are the benefits of learning these things? So as I've told you, I've said being able to create. Okay, being able to create your own projects. So when I say create, I mean like turning something that was not really there, like something that did not exist, and you turn it into something that exists. That's what I mean by creating. I just put you in a room. I say, okay, I'll give you food. I make for me a mobile application where someone can send a message from another person and another person gets a message. Or where someone can upload a product on the shop and another person receives this order and then they deliver. From nowhere, I just say I give you 5 days or 10 days. So if you don't have this kind of knowledge, you cannot do that. But if you have this knowledge, you can do it. And you'll create something that did not exist, and make it what? Make it exist, and it solves the problem. So you can create your own projects. Also, you can also be able to create projects for others. Right? Be able to create projects for other people. So like you can even be having your own ideas. Let's say that you're at school and maybe people need to always get hungry in the evening, and maybe you have a way how you can make snacks. So why can't you make a simple application whereby someone can install this application in their mobile phone, so when they need a snack they just click and then select a snack, and then you deliver this snack and take your own profit. So that's an idea that is there. So, but if you don't have, it can even be like at a school basis, like at a campus. You can even have such kind of idea at your village. So in the village, if the people always buy things from very far, you can make for them a simple application just for the best on the village only, where someone can ask something and then you deliver through the application. And there are so many ways that you can come up with this idea. But if you don't have this kind of knowledge, then it means that you cannot even have those kind of ideas, because you will not know the possibilities of this kind of knowledge can give you. So learn these things. There are so many things that you can get, and you can make your own mobile application, news application, etc. Communication platforms you can make for yourself, can make for others. You can even look around, visit websites like for companies in Uganda, get like 10 websites. Look at the website that you can improve it, then go and propose to the owner that I have made a better website for you, better than this one. How much do you give me? And then they look at it. If they see it is really better, then they will pay you. Like, you cannot be broke. That's the whole point once you know this knowledge. Because for me, I thank God I've never been broke. Why? Because I know these things. If I don't have my own job, I do for others. If I don't have others, I do for myself. I'll never be free that I have nothing to do. So you should learn these things. And once you learn these things, the point is you cannot be broke unless you have also your own problems. So those are the benefits. And there's so many benefits of learning programming or learning how to make web applications using WordPress, etc. There are so many benefits that I cannot finish today. But these are the whole point. You can either make your own projects whereby you don't need even any amount of money to create one, or you can make projects for others. And another thing is you'll have this thing in your brain forever. So those are the main points that I can give you why you should learn these things. Then what are the challenges? So the challenges, of course, challenges are there. I will not list all of them, but among the challenges that you can get in learning when you're teaching these programming things, first of all, they are boring. Okay, they are really, really boring. I have to tell you the facts from the beginning. Like at first, when you're watching a tutorial, let's say that you're watching a tutorial how to create a home page or a web page of you, maybe of a blog or something. When you're watching this video, what does it mean? It means that you're not going to do something else. You're just going to be listening to an ugly voice of a tutor explaining to you something. It can be me, it can be another person, it can be an Indian. But so it can be boring. So you'll spend like 2 hours listening to a boring video or trying to figure out listening to a boring lecture. So you cannot do another thing like listening to music when you're learning. So for me right now, I'm at a level of implementing. I'm no longer learning. I'm learning very few things. So I'm at implementing. I can put on my music and listen to the music while I'm working at the same time. So until you reach my level, that's when you can really start enjoying. But right now, you cannot listen to music while you're listening to what? To a tutorial. So it means that it can really be boring. So be ready. The first challenge is the course is really boring. Then the second challenge is kind of expensive, as I've told you. It needs some investing. For example, you need your own computer. That is the first thing that I've told you. You need your own computer. So what does it mean? If you don't have your own computer, it means that you'll have to look for it. You have to invest in the money. So that's expensive. Okay. So another thing is you'll need internet connection, like Ugandan internet connection. If you're not in the capital city and you're outside the city, the internet is really expensive. So it is expensive. Then other things like it consumes time, etc. Like you can learn how to create just a button and make it center in the screen of a mobile app of a mobile app, and just doing that it takes like you 3 hours when you're still a beginner. So it can take time. It can take time. You'll be like, okay, I've wasted all this time just putting this button in the middle of my screen, for example. So you can feel demoralized because it really consumes time. But what you have forgotten there is that you have learned that once and for all. You will never learn it again. The next time you will be doing what? You'll be implementing. So that's it. So you have to have that mindset that let me learn, even though I can be slow, but after some time X, I'll be able to do what? To achieve from this thing that I've done what? That I've been learning. So for me, I've been learning these things from 2018 up to now. 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. Those are around 6 years. So more than 6 years, I'm learning these things. So if you see me chilling, writing things very fast, don't think that they came just within one night. No, I've gone, I've worked, I've spent sleepless nights, I have been taught, I have watched boring tutorials, I've given up, I've never given up, by the way, I've never given up, but I have gone through very tough situations for me to reach here. So if you see me writing things, don't think that can come in one day. So you can also start today. Start today, learn. So that in 2020 what? In 2030, you'll also be telling people, I started this thing in 2003. Okay? I'm in 2023. And you tell them exactly how I'm telling you. Right now, I'm being employed by 4 companies, 4 different companies. I have like 3 official contracts, 3 contracts, and I'm getting salary from 4 different companies plus my own gigs. So right now, I've just spent 1 year. This is my second year while I'm in the capital city. So I'm just trying to motivate you to why you should learn these things. I've just spent 1 year while I graduated from the university, and while I'm working, I'm in the capital city right now. So among the benefits that I've got from these programming things, I've managed to buy my own piece of land within the capital city, and I've started building. I started this month to build. I got my land title, so right now I'm constructing my own house within the city. Just 1 year. So what does it mean? It means that it is really profitable. It is very hard for someone as young as I am. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know that I'm young. Okay, someone with the background like me, that I don't have the parents who invest in me, while I don't have these resources to be able to achieve these things. Right now, I've managed to buy my own plot of land in the capital city, and right now I'm building. Someone is asking for money. I don't give free money. Right now, I've started building my own house. I hope maybe by the mid of next year, the house will be done. Just in the beginning of next year, because the money is there, everything is there. Only right now they're constructing. I've not run out of short of money. They're just constructing. They have not asked for something I've failed to provide. And this is just my second year of working. So I'm being employed by 4 companies. I work at my own place. I sleep where I want. Like, I work at my own pace. So I might not be that much successful yet, but that can become a motivation for people who have just a background like mine, that your parents are not really there for you and you're trying to figure out yourself. So I hope by the mid of next year, I'll be having my own mansion. Anyway, so putting that aside, and more things will keep coming, of course, along the way. So putting that aside, how did I manage to reach here? I managed to reach here by being consistent on programming. I started in 2000 what? in 2018. Until now, I'm still programming and I'm still learning. So, and I've taught myself these things. So, also you can really learn. At the beginning, it is really, really hard because I can also tell you my beginning. I began while I'm at university, and I did not have a tutor or someone to guide me, to show me that this is the path, this is what you should take, you should learn this, you should not learn this. I did not have that kind of a person to show me the path. So I had to learn these things by myself. So do you know what happens? What happens is you learn something that is irrelevant, that you're not supposed to learn. Right now, for example, if I tell someone who is a beginner, like, okay, you go and learn programming. If they don't have someone, a tutor, to show them the path, what will happen is this person today will start learning HTML. He finish HTML, he go to Java, he finish Java, he go to PHP, finish PHP, come back to Flutter. When he finish this, like, he keep on confusing. Like, when you put these technologies together, you cannot be able to achieve anything. Why? Because you don't know the exact path that you have to take. But if you have a chance and get someone who can show you the path, like me, I say, okay, you have to learn HTML. After HTML, you learn CSS. After CSS, you learn Bootstrap, and then you'll make your first project. After doing that, then you'll get introduced to PHP. So I show you the path, and you stick to that path. That can really, really save you a lot of time. I'll give you just a simple example before we get started with with our lecture. I'll give you an example of why you should have someone to mentor you and remain with that mentor until you're good to go. Why? It's just like we say, okay, we ask you that you're in Kampala, for example, you're in Kampala, and we ask you to go to Kasese, and you don't know Kasese, where Kasese is. Kasese and the Jinja, they are totally opposite direction. Jinja is another side, Kasese is another side. So if you just start the journey, or we just tell you, okay, you go to Kasese, you now know the task. You are going to Kasese, and you don't ask anyone, you just go. What will happen is you can take a wrong direction. You can take the Jinja one because you don't want to ask anyone. And then you go to Jinja. So when you reach there in the middle of Kenya, at the border of Kenya, you ask, by the way, what is Kasese? They say, you have to go back to Kampala and take the other opposite side. So what does it mean? You'll have wasted time. Right now, someone can start learning Java, for example, from you, just because someone is saying, React Native is trending, and then you start learning React. But do you know what you're doing? You're doing a wrong thing. You don't know HTML, you don't know how to do backend, you don't know all the basics that you need, and then you're already running something on top. So you'll be like that person who has taken the wrong route, and then you reach in the middle there, then they tell him to take the other route. But if you have someone like me, someone to show you the direction, you cannot get lost. You cannot waste time. But for me, I wasted a lot of time learning things that I'm not even using right now. But right now I have experience, I'm working and doing these things every day. So I know where you have to pass, not for you to waste time, because I've learned a lot of things and I'm not using them right now. So if I'm not using them right now, so I can show you something that you can learn, and then within within a few months, you're already doing what? You're already achieving from what you've learned. So that is the brief introduction and the reasons why you need to learn these things, and the reason why you need to have a mentor or someone to show you the path. But once you learn these things and finish them, then my friend, like right now, I'm not scared anyone to do what? To fire me. All my bosses, they're the one asking me to work with them. Why? Because I have things here. I do things that another person cannot do. All my people who I work with, they are below 3 or 4 years of experience. Me, I have around 7 years of experience. But that thing comes with what? With time. Then another thing is about being slow learner. Yeah, so in programming, sometimes you can get demoralized by learning things slowly. Like today, you learn how to create a button, and tomorrow you try to hide and you want to create that button without seeing. you feel like you cannot do it again. So you should feel okay. That is very okay. I have my friend here. She always tells me that she's her problem. That today she tried to memorize something, and tomorrow she's trying it. It's not working as how she expects. Like she's not remembering it. What I want to tell you is that that is normal in programming. Right now, even me, I don't know many things. What you should know is that right now we are not in a class like that of university that they'll give you assignments, and then after assignment they hide the books during the exam. I mean, so they will teach you, give you lectures, and when you go to the exam, they hide the books. They say, okay, you don't cop, you're not allowed to enter the phone in the exam room, etc. That's not how it is here. Here it's all about here you're allowed to cheat. That's the whole point. You're allowed to cheat. You have the whole internet, and no one will ask you whether you copied or you did not copy. So all what you need is just to know something that it exists. So if you know something that it exists, next time you want to do it, you don't even need to memorize it. Just go to internet, search it, and then copy it and paste it and modify it like this. So when you keep on practicing you keep on doing that thing for 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, you have done it 100 times, you're copying the button, that code automatically comes in your in your brain. Next time you will not need to copy it again. So feel so free. Feel so free when you learn something today and you want to do it tomorrow without seeing and you don't remember it. That is very, very normal. That's the whole good news about this thing, is that you don't need to memorize. You just only need to know something exists. Right now, if you open my web history, all of it is just full of searches, looking for searching things again and again and again. I'll show you something here. That I need you to know. Let me share my screen. For example, you see, this is the project that I've been teaching on my YouTube channel. And you see, I put my commands here. I copy them and put them here. So I know they will always be here. So if I want it, I just come and copy it and I paste it. So if you ask me how to make, for example, a model in Laravel, I don't know actually. I don't know the actual command. But you know, I don't have that actual command in my head right now. But you know the number of models that I've made in Laravel? I have made around hundreds and hundreds of models, but up to now I don't know the command. But has my boss ever come to me and asked me how I write my models, how I do it? No. So that's the whole good thing, that you'll be powered by what? By the internet. Then we have other tools that are going to help us in this progress, such as ChatGPT. So along the way, I'll show you how you can use ChatGPT to speed up your learning curve. So to conclude, I would like to inform you that these things are really possible. You can teach them yourself, and as I've told you, you just need the motivation. And you don't need to follow the crowd. That okay, we are many, let's just do what? Let's just follow. Like when others drop, you'll be like, let me also drop. No, you have to do it at your own individual basis level. You as a person, as a person, not to wait another person to motivate you to wake up at night and learn something. But the point is, you can teach yourself these things, and when you're stuck, I'm always around. You guys have my WhatsApp. You can contact me. And once you learn these things, my friends, you can enjoy. You can enjoy. Right now, I have a lot of opportunities. I have a lot of things. And the point is, you don't need to be very smart to learn these things. You just need to be interested. I swear, you don't need to be smart to learn these things. You just need to be interested. Once you're interested, and give it time. As I've told you, I've learned these things for 7 years. So right now, when you see me chilling and collecting these amounts of money from 4 different companies and my personal gigs, you may think that I just got overnight. No, you have just to be patient. keep learning. As long as you have that brain that can process 1 + 1 = 2, then the rest is just the speed. Keep learning, and once you learn, you can really become good. I have my friend here. I taught her while she didn't know anything. She's in that call. I taught her while she didn't know anything in programming. But right now, she's making programming, she's making websites, and she's earning from what I taught her. So, you can also do this. Don't give up. Me, I'm around. You have my WhatsApp. You can contact me when you're stuck, and I will be able to do what? To help you for free. I don't expect anything from you, apart from maybe YouTube views, etc., but for free. So with that much said, I'm going to take you through the approach. How do you approach programming? I think today's class will be just about the orientation only. So I'm going to take you through the approach. How do you approach programming? I'm going to show you this right now. So I'll share my screen. Okay, I'll first give you the theory. I'll first explain these things in a theory way, and then I show you how you can learn. So in programming, I think that we'll cover today. So in programming, I'm going to show you so you can understand the map. So you can understand the map and how you can approach. So I'm just using the local or layman way. So we have two basic ones. So there are two categories mainly of programming. Okay. So the first one is what? Web. I think I should say 3. Okay, let me say 2. Let me say 2 and then I will subcategorize them. So the first one is web. Okay, web programming. And I'll explain and I give you the whole map properly. And then the second one is mobile app development. So those are the two things that those are the two categories or the structures as a Ugandan that you need to know to earn from programming. Those are the two main ones. And as I told you, I'm emphasizing this. If you're a school dropout, if you're a learned person, as long as you can read and write, you can teach yourself these things. That's what I'm emphasizing. Whether you are a senior 4, even a kid of P7 can learn these things if they are really interested, as long as you can read and write. So these are the two main categories. So here, under web, we have two things. We have real programming, or what I can call real programming, and then we have WordPress. I'm just trying to analyze, to simplify these things. WordPress in a kind of local way of explaining. So now, and here in mobile app we have Android and iOS programming. Okay, now let me come here and I be a little bit faster because I see here we're remaining with 11 minutes. So here in programming, real programming, it's where you create a real system. Create systems from scratch. Okay, so here you create system. For example, I want to call this one custom system. Someone will say, I want a simple school management system where I can register my students, my teachers can log in and submit marks. I should be able to get these marks on my phone. I should be able to generate the PDF file that does what? That works as a report card for my students. That is the system that I want you to build for me. And I'll pay you maybe 4 millions if you can do for me something like that. So in that scenario, where someone is giving you their own rules to make for them something that they exactly want, there you need this programming, okay, to write the code. So right now I'm assuming that everyone here is new. To write the code like this one, like this one, the one that you see here. So you can come up with what? With a as interface or software like this. Let me show you. A software like this. So it's loading, you see? A software like this one, This is a system that I created some time back. So you can to come up with a software like this one, you see, like this one with all these options where someone can do exactly what they ask you to do, what they ask you to do for them, you see? So to do a software like this one, you need programming knowledge. And if you stick with me, I'll show you. If you don't give up, I'll really show you that this is very, very possible. Because I've done it and I've showed it to someone and that person she's already doing it. Okay? So to do something like this, you need basic knowledge of what? Of programming. The system that I did some time back. One of the systems. I have done so many systems, but this is one of them. So if you want to do something like this one, where someone gives you their own rules and implement those rules, you need the knowledge of programming, okay? Where you can write the code and that code turns into the other one. And I will prove to you that, I will show you how it is not even really magic. So that's number one. So number two, here I've given an example like creating systems from scratch, where someone gives you, we call them custom system, where someone gives you their own rules and then you implement those rules. Or it can even be yourself. So to do something like that, you need programming. And the beauty is here, once you learn something, no one will ever take it from you. Even if you let's say that you learn maybe up to HTML, up to CSS, and you gave up. But you ask yourself, did anyone delete those things from your head again? So you're able to resume and learn, okay? And you can add as more as you want, and then it will be the same thing. Like as that small HTML that you know, no one cannot take it from you. So if you add more things, it will exactly be the same thing, that you'll know Laravel, you know everything, and no one can take it from you. So it will be up to you to decide when you want to work and make money, or when you want to sleep and chill. So that is creating system from scratch. So another thing is doing WordPress. So this, we can give another example, so many examples here. You want to make a system, you want to make something like everything that you can give your own rules and does, so it can be here. That is real programming. I teach it also. So you have WordPress, okay? WordPress, let me give just a simple definition of this, drag and drop. Like, you don't need to know a lot of knowledge, too much knowledge to do it. You just simply need to know how it is done, and then you'll not program anything for it to make a website. You see, there are so many companies which have websites. For example, if you know this knowledge, you can just know it and then go to schools. I can make for you a website, or I've seen your website is not good, I can make for you a better website, something like that. You cannot reach to like 10 or 20 companies, let's say 20 companies, while you're proposing to do for them a better website, and they fail you to give you a job. So you cannot be idle. And in this drag and drop knowledge, you don't need what? You don't need too much brains. You just need drag and drop. Let me show you one of the websites that my friend did. I hope it is online. I'm proud of that person. I taught this person. I hope it is online. I hope. Clever son, I don't know. I hope it is online. I hope it is this one. It is not there. Okay. Okay, she'll put the link in the description. Suma, put the link in the description of Cleverson website and I show it to these guys. So, Suma is one person that I told from scratch. She didn't know these things. Put that link of that website in the. She has made so many websites, around 20 different websites from what I taught her. And this is a WordPress website. It means that you can also do what? You can also do those websites. Let me see if she has put in the chat. Yeah, I think it is there. So, this is the website of my student like you. I taught her, and she's doing this kind of website. Can you see? Cleverson is this person who works for Bebe Cool the musician. So you see, she did this website by her own fingers. Like, I remember the first time I asked that student of mine if she even knows even WordPress. She told me that she don't even know what's meant by WordPress. But you see, this is a WordPress website that she did by her own self, and it is solving a problem right now. People are ordering clothes using this website, and right now I'm working with her. We're going to make a mobile application for this website. Can you see? And people are buying from this website. So I'm proud of that person, of that student of mine. You see, I can even be able to show her work. Can you see? This person who didn't know even what is made even by WordPress, okay? So can you see, this is a website that she did by her own self. And there are so many others that she has done. She has done it. So what does it mean? It means that you don't need to be a genius. You don't need to have too much brains. You don't need to be very smart. Do something cool. You just need to be really serious about something, okay? So guys, I beg you to be serious. So one day, I should also be proud to share your work. Can you see? That's a very good piece of a website that she did by herself. And there are so many websites that she has done that are already outside there. So how long does it take to do a website? It depends on the experience. For example, this student, I taught her in a period of 2 months, she has started making websites of this kind already. So if you also keep around in a period of like 3 months, you can start making a WordPress website. WordPress website, like for it, you don't need even to be really, really very wise. This is a drag and drop, and you cannot do it if you don't know. So you have to sit down and we show you how it is done so you can know and start doing. So that is one, you can do that kind of website. That is one of my students' work, and it is already hosted online. Then there are so many websites that you can do. That's WordPress. Then another one is another section of programming is the mobile application development. So this mobile application development, you can do mobile Android applications and iPhone application, what you call iOS. So that is the path that you need to do what? To know. So you can do web or mobile, but you better start with website programming. If, for example, let me give you the way forward so you can end this call, or you can hear the question if there will be question. So let me conclude. First of all, about technologies. So it depends. WordPress is very simple. So WordPress is simple. It means you can learn it by yourself. But it is limited. Okay? But limited. You cannot do everything with WordPress. For example, the system that I show you at first, you cannot do it using WordPress. You see, now you're getting knowledge now. If you did not join this call, you wouldn't be knowing these things. And once you know these things, the whole point is no one will ever take them from you. So WordPress is very simple. It's simple to do because there's only programming, but it is limited. You cannot do anything. Then we have another thing. We have real programming, okay? Well, we said web and mobile, okay? This one is kind of hard. It is hard. It is hard. Relatively hard. I don't mean that it's really hard. It is just relatively hard compared to WordPress, but not limited. You can do anything once you know programming. So now the choice is yours. The choice is, are you doing WordPress or you're doing your programming? So my suggestion is, okay, our time is up. I'm finishing just in 2 minutes. My suggestion is, if you want to be stable in programming industry and one day you want to be called a programmer and be hired without even looking at your academic documents, if you want to be that kind of a person, you need this real programming. Okay, you need that one. But if you just want to be one stand, you just want, I don't want to go so much deep into complicated stuff. I just want to know something that I can be able to do, a website, someone can use it, and this is not going to be my main job. It's just going to be my side gig. Like in my free time, I should be doing these things. If you just want to be that kind of a person, then you have to learn only WordPress. Learn WordPress or CDK. So the choice is in your hands. Do you want to take programming like after 7 years or after 5 years as your full-time job where you can work from home and don't go anywhere and they still get paid? Do you want to do that? Then you need to go the hard side. Do you want just to do these things of technology only in your free time, only when you're free? Do you want to do only that? Then you have to do WordPress programming. So that's it. Then in the next class, maybe I'll show you now. So you have to begin with web and also maybe mobile apps. So in tomorrow's next class, I'll show you where we have reached, the path now, how you can get started, etc. That will be done when? Tomorrow. So for now, in case there is anyone with a question, I'm going to welcome question 2 or 3. You put your arm up, I pick you, you ask anything, and then we answer. Within 5 minutes, we should be away from here. Okay, I'll get only 3 questions, and then we call it a day. Okay, I see someone has put your hand up. Is there anyone who has put their arm up? All right.
Am I edible?
Okay, you're audible, not edible.
Yes, sorry.
Okay, okay, it's okay, sir. All right, you can ask.
I'm requesting next session, maybe like after the session you send for us like videos in our email, so as like in our free time we practice what you have taught.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what I'll do in the next class. In the next class, in the next session, I'll have to show you where can you find a video, where can you start from, and then I'll show you what to do in the next class. Right now, it was just an introduction of what we do. So in the next class, I'll show you now how you can get started. That's what we'll do exactly in the next class. Can you get another question if there is? Or any compliment or any? Okay. Someone says thank you. All right. You're welcome. Okay, so we call it a day. So tomorrow we'll take it from there. Then we can see how we start doing real things. Otherwise, it is a good good industry, and the Uganda industry of programming is still really virgin, so you can give it a try. So all right, I call it a lecture. So in the next class, I will not guide you very fast. Sijaba vuga speed. So in the next class, we'll take it from there and then see how we can get started. All right, and have a good time. Goodbye, guys. We meet in the group. I hope all of you are already in that group. If you're not in the group, you can contact me on WhatsApp, and then I give you the group link. So in the group link, we'll just take it slow, and then we see how we proceed. All right, guys. Goodbye, and we meet tomorrow.